Hi, my name is Ifodo Lanisa, and I'm going to be talking about my experience during the peer simulation game and what I learned during the game. In the supply chain, there's a phenomenon called the bullwhip effect. What exactly is the bullwhip effect? A bullwhip effect is an unexpected change of a supply chain caused by a repetitive variation in demand. A sudden change in customer demand can cause unplanned demand from the retailer, which moves to the distributor, manufacturer, and finally to the supplier. There are some factors that contribute to the bullwhip effect. Firstly, we have lead time. Lead time is one of the most important aspects of inventory control, and it directly impacts one's ability to meet the customer demand. Calculating lead time and planning accordingly can ensure one avoids losses and can fulfill orders. Secondly, we have order batching. Order batching is when each member in the supply chain takes order quantities it receives from its downstream customer, either rounds it up or down to fit production constraints. Thirdly, we have errors in forecasting. Supply chain decisions are made based on demand forecast. However, when one relies on past demand information to estimate current demand information of a product, it doesn't take into account fluctuations that may occur in demand period over a period of time, which can lead to an error in forecasting. There's some techniques that can be adopted to help reduce the bullwhip effect. Firstly, we have reducing of lead times. Cutting down on lead time and delays can help reduce the bullwhip effect. The faster the materials move through your supply chain to become finished products, the more it avoids inventory piling up. Secondly, we have to maintain consistent and smaller order sizes. This can help to respond to the market's activity with more agility and with more speed, which can help reverse the bullwhip effect. By lowering the order quantity to an optimal level, it will help to establish smoother order flows. Then thirdly, we have demand forecasting. One of the ways to battle bullwhip effect is to improve one's forecast, and this can either involving upgrading one's software, or it can help. It can also gather input from your sales team and customers and evaluate the algorithm to see which one fits perfectly with your market and with your customers. These are the results from playing 50 sessions of the game. According to results, throughout the session, my supply chain required 271,075 euros. And during 50 weeks, at least one of the stakeholders had backlog. And that was 100% of the session time, which was 50 weeks. But the retailer was never out of stock, and so my peers were never not available for sale. The biggest order was sent by the manufacturer on week 4, which was 96 packs. According to the graph, we can see that no equilibrium is reached, and by equilibrium, I mean when the target stock level and order have the same amount of beer each week for 4 consecutive weeks. And according to the graph, you can see that no equilibrium point is reached. Here we have the breakdown of each supply chain. For retailer, we have a total cost of 50,465 euros. For wholesaler, we have the total cost of 106,425 euros. For a distributor, we have 74,285 euros. And for the manufacturer, we had 39,900 euros. There are some recommendations I can give while playing this game to avoid some certain risks. First of all, I have to avoid running out of stock. Running out of stock is also something that we have to take into consideration, because without stock, there will be no orders taken and there will be no deliveries taken, which means there is no profit. Secondly, you have to keep inventory costs down while bringing supply chain to equilibrium. We have to make sure our inventory costs are as low as possible while having optimum quantity and optimum stock. Thirdly, we're allowed to play 2 rounds of the game to get used to how the game worked and to develop a strategy. It was somewhat frustrating experience trying to figure out how the game worked and what number of orders to use so as not to have a high cost of items. During the first game, I just started inputting random numbers to see how the game would go, and then it led to a high cost of over 800,000 euros. After developing a strategy, it got less confusing. I then tried to maintain a consistent number of orders so as not to have a low number of stock or high cost, which led me to have a cost of over a little over 200,000 euros. Thank you.